being kind to other people, having empathy, just trying to help out your fellow man a little bit is actually a recipe to get you removed from some church ministries. In our latest episode of Drop Stones, we have our friend on, Sarah Mott, and in it she was talking about her time when she was evangelical and how she got onto church staff as a biblical studies pastor and would be part of the church plant meetings in her congregation. Just she'd be sitting there with the other pastors and everyone else in her church, talking about what they wanted to do for planting churches and what they needed and how to get going on this. And this was at the time when COVID was coming on. And she thought, hey, how about, maybe we do a toilet paper drive, since there's a run on that right now and people don't have it and can't find it. Maybe we have people donate some in and we actually provide something, of practical use to people during this time. Suggesting, hey, why do we need a big building with sound systems and lights and everything else? Why can't we just meet in a park and start the church that way and just have a service there without the overhead and cost? And she was actually reprimanded for this by senior pastoral staff of just, no, we need to focus and we need to come alongside, and actually was given a book in describing how to come alongside wealthy people to elicit money from them to start church plants inside their communities and the communities they want to develop into. And it just goes to show, and this isn't all churches, but some of these bigger churches that are around, these mega churches that have coffee shops and restaurants and gymnasiums and all this other stuff in there, all these amenities that have nothing to do with service or anything else. It's just comforts and ploys to get people in. What else could they be doing with this money? How much money is going to sustain these businesses? Because that's what they are. They're not churches. They're businesses that use God as a sales device and salvation and the future of heaven as sales ploys. How many of these businesses could actually take the money that they come in and that they illicitly gain because they're supposed to be there to help provide a service for the people, to help people out at struggling times and come alongside them? How many of them, if they just stopped operating the buildings that they came into and took and provided for people, if they just met in a park, in some just random spot and had the same effect and the same service, all that money that could come in and help out everyone in that community, what would our communities look like? How much better would they be? But no, this is not about a saving message, because that doesn't sell, that doesn't help, that doesn't build up the ego. We need to be better than the other churches. We need to be better than the other faiths. We need to prove our worth by showing off our wealth. And that's all that this modern Christianity is we got to show off our wealth and power by doing what we do, forcing our beliefs on everyone else and building bigger and better so that more people want to come and they can brag about the stadium style seating, the Broadway style shows we put on by stealing content from other people illegally. And it's just sick and wrong. It's one of the main reasons why I can deconstruct it from the faith, because I saw the wasteful spending, the unnecessary things needed to be put in. Just remembering being put on capital campaigns so we could build a new gymnasium, cafeteria, meeting space that served no real practical purpose in church ministry other than to be a source of income for a rental property for weddings and receptions and parties and stuff like that. It's sick and wrong. So much of these modern Christian faiths have gotten so far away from the truth that they reprimand people for following Jesus and acting Christ-like and celebrate people that are more business-orientated and bring more money in. These people need to be taxed. They need to be exposed and taxed for what they're really doing. It's not a church. It's a business. Just look at the car the pastor drives.